Bonjour dickheads, welcome to another episode of the vlog. Today's vlog, a very special Q&A session, special Q&A for the 100k subscribers situation. I got the award, I finally got the award a little bit later, there you go. Thanks, congratulations passing on passing 100,000 subscribers on this channel, which is cool. I'm going to have to put that up there somewhere. Get rid of my wife's Adele poster up there, and then put that next to the first one that I had, which was for What the Fuck France. There you go, 100,000 subscribers on the other YouTube channel that I had. So it's kind of fun, like two different awards for 100,000. Super excited. So what I thought I would do is do a Q&A session where I asked you guys to ask me questions on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube. Too many people answered. So we're going to do a thing, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a beer, which, by the way, is my new beer called Origin beer. Origin because if you haven't watched the vlogs, go and watch them. But you can now get the Origin beer. You can buy it off of the website Une Petite Mousse. I'll put the link below. You can either choose to buy 3 bottles or 8 bottles, and you get either 1 glass or 2 glasses for free. I don't know if it's these special like pint glasses from Une Petite Mousse, but if you want to buy them for Christmas for your friends, then go ahead. In the link below, I get a little bit of money from it, which is cool. So the Origin Gin and Tonic beer, pow. So it's not quite a pint. The bottle doesn't match the glass. Anyway, I'm going to drink this, and by the end of the beer, I will have finished all the questions. That's the idea. I'm going to basically do 10 minutes of questions from Instagram, 10 minutes of questions from YouTube, you guys, and like 5 minutes off of Facebook, based on the amount of questions I got. So that is news number 2 after the 100,000, which is super exciting, is the beer. And number 3 is my stand-up show, So British ou Presque, is now sold out in Paris. We've added 2 dates in Paris, which is the 31st, New Year's Eve, in a theatre called L'Européen, which is ironic because, you know, it was supposed to be Brexit year, and it wasn't. Second date in Paris after that is the Grand Rex, 2,800 people, June. And I'm also going on tour. I will put all the links to all the dates that I'm performing so far that have been confirmed in the link below as well. So it's going to be an overall good vlog, I think. Cheers. Santé. Prost. Yamas. Salud. What other countries do they have? I don't know. My wife's just sitting over there, by the way.
You said it.
Huh?
Cheers.
Cheers. Did I say cheers?
I don't know.
Maybe. If you're wondering, the baby's sleeping. That's why I'm able to do this. All right. So I'm going to start a timer. I'm going to start with Instagram, right? Because there were way too many questions on Instagram. More questions on Instagram than YouTube, by the way. 10 minutes. The timer is starting now. I'm going to go through as many as I can, as quickly as possible. All right. Number 1 from Vicky. What do you think about Doctor Who? Who's Doctor Who? I don't watch it. I don't care. Next question. Quel est ton mot anglais favori, French favorite? What's your favorite English word, favorite French word? I answer this question millions of times in about 25 different interviews. I like the word couille in French because it's impossible for English people to pronounce couille, which means bollocks in English, which is also my favorite English word because you can, there's different déclinaison. There's different, what's the word in English? Déclinaison? Tu sais comment dire déclinaison, non? Different ways of conjugating the fucking word. There's the bollocks, it's bollocks, the dog's bollocks, all that kind of stuff. Couille, je m'en bats les couilles, ça part en couille. Lots of different things. Those are my 2 favourite words, thanks. Next question from Ines. J'adore l'anglais et j'adore ce que tu fais. Bravo pour les 100,000. Thanks, Ines. No question there. Do you get stage fright? How do you deal with it? Do I get scared when I go on stage? Yes, I always get stage fright. It's not really stage fright, it's just stage nerves. The fright has disappeared from the equation. It's just nerves now, and I got over that just by doing it more and more often. So I'm still nervous when I got on the stage. I'm not scared anymore, but it's just doing it. Practice, practice, practice. You've just got to do it. Next question. Qu'est-ce que tu aimes le plus en France? Des bisous Et tu me fais trop rire, bravo. Okay. Julie says, what do you prefer in France? What's my favorite thing about France? Too many things, man. The food. The food is great. And I didn't appreciate food until I moved to France. So I'm going to go with food. Next question. From Adrienne too complicated. How are Louise and Adeline? Oh, there you go. Adeline, I think they're doing all right. My wife's fucked off. Adeline is my wife, Louise is my girl. They're both doing all right. Things are getting better. Mainly because I'm getting drunk every night, so it's fun. Everything's good. They're doing great. Next question. Est-ce que tu aimes la saga Harry Potter? Ou Harry Potter? Do I like the Harry Potter saga? Yes, I do. I've already watched it once with my wife. We watched like all 7 episodes one time, and it's fun. I mean, I was in it as well. You know, I was one of the people. I was the main character. Fucking hell. All right, next question. What's the hardest part about living in a foreign country? Hardest part about living in a foreign country? I'd say. What's the hardest part about living in a foreign country? I mean, aside from the language, which is, you know, that's going to be the hardest thing if you're moving to a country that you don't speak the language of. I'd say it's just the mentality and the way of going about things, specifically administration-wise. Every country has different ways of doing administration, and they're all shit. So you just get used to your shit, basically. Next question, you seem healthier than ever. Do you wear makeup or are you just a happy man? I don't wear makeup. I wear makeup if I do like TV or film, or if I'm recording like my stand-up show because the lights do weird things. If I'm doing the vlog, I don't care. I'm shiny forehead Paul Taylor. So I guess it means I'm just happy. Right?
Yeah.
All right, next question. Can you still vote in the UK elections? Helen, Louise, technically, yes, I can, but I don't. I'm not voting for this election. I don't know. I don't care about politics enough in my heart. I made the choice. I left the UK because I didn't want to be a part of it anymore. So why should I be allowed to vote for stuff that's happening in a country that I don't care about anymore? It's also just because I don't have enough information and it's too logistically complicated to vote from abroad. So yes, no is the answer. Next question. Any plan to go on tour? Want to see your show, but I live in a middle-sized town. I am going on tour. I don't know if I'll get to middle-sized towns though. I'm doing the tour all around the world 1 year. So it'll mainly be big cities in France and other big cities across the world where French people live, basically. So maybe. I don't know what your middle-sized town is. Next one. Is there any countries that you'd like to visit? Yeah, all of the ones that I haven't visited yet. Which advice can you give to someone who wants to improve his or her English? Figure out what you want to improve first. If you just want to improve just to improve, then it's pointless. Have a reason to improve. It's like going to the gym. I've said this before in a vlog, I think. I don't go to the gym because I've got no motivation to get like fit. There's no motivation, so I don't go, I don't improve it. It's like if I said to you, oh, what tips do you have for somebody who wants to get fit and not have a beer belly? If you don't have the motivation, you're not going to do it. If you do have the motivation, it comes on its own. Consume English content, watch English shows, watch English films, speak to English people. There's several websites where you can do language exchanges, do all of that stuff and keep practicing. It's the only way to get better. Next one, given a chance to return to the UK, given a chance, would you return back to England to live, given the chance? Maybe, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be against it. If I had work in England, then there's no reason why I wouldn't go back, and it would be cool for my daughter to experience living in her other country. But right now, my career's in France, I'm staying here. Next one, come to Belgium, in Liège, make it. Et comme cela, tu pourrais enfin manger une glace avec nous. Glacier Hugo. Okay, I guess they're an ice cream place. I'm not coming to Liège, but I will be in Brussels. So come to Brussels. We'll meet halfway, alright? Next question. Do you go to England one day because I'm French? I live in London and I like your show. Yes, I'm going to England. It's probably going to be May. May time for the show? I don't know. We haven't secured the venue yet, but it'll be sometime next year for the show. Tu te vois retourner vivre en Angleterre un jour? Same question. Next, any new projects soon? Well, my new show is my new project for now. So that's happening, the stand-up show, and then I've got other ideas of like short programs, bigger programs that we'll see what happens when I finish my show. Next question. Une punchline de James Bond avec l'accent québécois. A punchline of James Bond. I've got to figure it out in French now. The vodka martini shaken, not stirred. C'est quoi en français? Un vodka martini à la cuillère. On l'a fait dans What the Fuck. We did it in What the Fuck. Fuck it. Shaken, not stirred. À la cuillère et pas... I can't...
Shaker et pas la cuillère.
Hein? Au shaker et pas à la cuillère? Ok.
Non, je sais pas.
Ouais. Fuck it, I'll just do his normal thing. Mon nom c'est Bond, esti. James Bond, Carlius. It's fucking shit. Alright, that's good enough. Next one. Hey, can you announce my proposal at the end of your video? Will you marry me, Eleonore? That's funny because you were at my show a few weeks ago and you sent me that by text message and I thought you were genuinely asking somebody to marry you at the end of my show. So there you go. French fries or potatoes? Here's the thing, France. You don't know what the fuck you're doing and how to speak English because they're the same thing, right? Potatoes, c'est des patates, and French fries are what you make out of patate. And potatoes, when you say potatoes in McDonald's in France, it doesn't make sense in English because they're just potatoes. It doesn't actually mean anything. I mean, that's like saying, tu préfères... I've got to think of an analogy now. Fuck me. I thought I had it. I don't know. It's like, tu préfères la crêpe ou la farine? If they were called different things, I mean, it doesn't make sense. Potatoes is just so neither, but French fries. Next question. Thought about making content for kids must be better than what they learn in school. It's a good question. No, they already use my videos in school, which is interesting. Specifically for kids, no, not yet. I mean, maybe quickly. I thought like it was a thought that I was like, oh, maybe I should make a kids short adventure thing. I don't know. We'll see. No. Le franglais is definitely the best. Thanks very much. Harry Potter or Star Wars? I'm gonna go with Harry Potter. Tu ressembles à Anthony. Thanks. I don't know who Anthony is. I mean, put a last name at least. Next question. So you... It doesn't make sense. So you know how is Wankill Studio? Don't get it. Okay. If you had to choose between never drinking beer again or never speaking English again, what's the answer? Oh, never drinking beer. Obviously never drinking beer again. Because I'd never be able to speak to my mum and my friends if I didn't speak English. But it's a good question. À quand une petite visite en Bretagne ou le Finistère pour tester des bières locales? Next year for the show I'm coming. Alright, the time has gone off. I've done 10 minutes. I'm going to scroll through and find one random other question off of Facebook. Instagram. What's the question I've got to find? I'm going to go, right, check this out. Bang, bang, bang. It's going to be that one. And that one is, pour la tournée, pourront-on envoyer un message avant le show comme le flow? Alison, for the tour, will we be able to send you a text message like you were before the show? Yes. So for my stand-up show, you get my phone number. And you can send me text messages before the show and I answer them kind of like this Q&A but at the end of the show. So on tour, yes, depending on the country. If I go to China, I don't think it'll work. I don't think French people are going to pay like €3 to send me a text message. Alright, those are the questions on Instagram. Some of those are good questions. Let me set the timer again and go over to YouTube. YouTube, your channel. Bang, how many questions do we have? Community, let's go in there. We have, wow, too many questions, 200 questions. All right, let's go. Let me start from the very beginning, oldest first. Question number 1, love your videos, like who also love his videos? It's not a question, you just want more fucking likes, you selfish bastard. Number 2, are you going to give the award a baguette hat? I don't know how I would fit a baguette hat onto this. Next question. Why are you? Okay, Instagram, the questions so far were better. Why am I? because my mum and dad had sex. What do you mean, why am I? Next question. Félicitations, Paul. How long have you been going to achieve that, and have you experimented with formats? Good question. How long have I been doing YouTube? This channel, this Silver Award, I've been going basically for a year. Just a year. No, hold on. 2 years almost. Because I started it in February 2018 when I was doing my vlogs. I was doing a daily vlog showing the behind the scenes of comedy. So that happened. And so that's been 2 years. And then the other channel, this one here, What the Fuck France, which is technically now called Paul Taylor Canal Plus, is owned by Canal Plus. And we started that in 2016? Yeah. And different formats, yeah. I do vlogs. I've posted extracts from my first show. And just general sketches, so yeah. Next question. So cool for you, tu le mérites, bravo. Okay, cool. Je viens à ton prochain spectacle. Thank you, Solé, for coming to the next show. Callum, what made you move to France? What made me move to France? Two things. One was love and one was work. My wife, who's just sat over there, we met in London in 2008, and I moved here because she was from Paris, but then also it worked well because I worked at Apple and they were opening Apple stores in France at the same time. So there you go. Jack Murphy, is Jean-Pierre a random act, or is he a close friend of yours that just said, screw it, I'm here now? A random actor, sorry. Jean-Pierre is just the general name that I give to all French people. I don't actually know a Jean-Pierre. Personally, I know there's one on TV called Jean-Pierre Pernaut, c'est ça? The guy who presents the news. Excuse me, I'm drinking the beer too quick. I know it's rude, I know, shut up. It was long. As a fellow English speaker, how would you propose learning better French? Because that language is a mess. I agree with you. Same answer to the previous question about learning English. Next question. Vincent Tremblay, félicitations, tu l'as mérité. T'es crampant. I knew he was Québécois. I knew it from his last name. Vincent Tremblay, Tremblay, c'était sûr. T'es crampant. You're cramping. I like it. Visite le Canada. I'm coming to Canada probably July next year for Juste pour rire. I'll be in Canada and doing a tour as well. Next question. I'm going to school to teach English as a second language. Would you recommend going to France to teach? Addison, yeah, definitely come to France to teach English. It's one of the countries where people are learning the most English. I mean, China would be better because there's more people learning English in China, but France is definitely a good country to come if you want to teach English. Next question. What do you think of French speakers in Canada, Belgium, and Africa? I don't know. What do I think of them? In terms of what? In terms of their level of French? I enjoy the different types of French. Canadian French is my favourite. Québécois, c'est mon français préféré. Belgium, I don't really like. Yeah, it's very similar to French French from France, and African French as well. Apparently, they speak the best French in Africa. I heard somewhere in some study. So yeah. Next question. Can reading the whole dictionary help learn language faster? No. Because you don't, it doesn't go in. It's pointless. Next question. If you could speak any language perfectly, which would it be? Sign language. I would love to learn sign language. I guess English sign language. Just because I think it's another audience and it's another part of the population that don't, get to appreciate certain things unless you learn the language. So yeah, I would do that. I've only got one question. How are you? I'm doing all right. I'm happy to be doing this video. Next question. Do you have any tips for remembering the gender of words? Cass, no, not really. You just have to go with it. And most of the time it works. Like if it ends in I-N-E, like guillotine. It's the first word that came to my mind. I don't know why, but that usually ends in... it's a feminine word. And if it's like I-N without an E, if it ends in a vowel, it's often feminine. But that's probably not right. But, I mean, you'll get used to it. You just got to go. Would you start learning German? No. Useless language, only spoken in Germany. If I was going to learn another language, it would be a language that's useful, like Chinese, Mandarin, because so many people speak it, or What else? Like Arabic. A lot of countries speak Arabic, but languages that are only spoken in one country, I don't have time for.
Autriche et Luxembourg.
Autriche et Luxembourg. Ouais, mais bon, c'est l'Autriche et Luxembourg.
Suisse aussi.
Et la Suisse. Ouais, mais je parle français, ça va. Congrats, Paul. I'm a big fan. How did you first get involved with learning French? I did it as part of my degree, so I'm interested. Michael, learning French came to me as a kid when I lived in France. I was forced to learn it because I lived here as a child, and then I carried on studying it because I love languages. Next girl, or next person, called Random Ginger Kid. I love the username, by the way. Do you think you left Apple at the right time, or do you think you could have left slightly earlier? It was the right time for me. I could have left earlier, but for me it was the right time. If I'd have left later, it could have been all right as well. I don't think there was a right time. It was good. I'm happy that I left when I left. Next, who are you, and why is this post in my recommended? I don't know if that's a joke or not. I hope it's not a joke, because then it means that my content is getting recommended to random people. Next question. What do you think of the English accent of people in Quebec? I think it's charming. I like Québécois qui parlent anglais. I think that's cool. There's a slight difference where, like, French people don't pronounce the th. They, instead of saying the, they'll say ze, and then les Québécois, they'll say de. And it's more like, instead of saying, we would say third for number 3, third, the French would say surde, and the Québécois would say third, like turd, like a shit. So it's charming, I like it. So you always talk about what's wrong with France, but what is your absolute favourite thing that only France has? Les terrasses de café, not only France has, but the situation in France is very specific, where you sit side by side with somebody facing the opposite direction. I've not seen that in other countries, really, and especially like in the winter time, where you can sit outside, just les terrasses in general, even though one of the videos that made me famous was me complaining about les terrasses, because I love it. Right, what else have we got? Have you ever been to Canada? Yes, I have. What French word satisfies you in the same way fuck and fucking do? And you better be glad I fucking asked. I am glad you fucking asked. French word satisfies me. Putain. Just because it's very polyvalent. Polyvalent. Oh, fuck. And I pronounced it right in English as well. It works in different contexts. If you could move into any other country that doesn't talk French or English as a main language, where would it be? I'm going to take Spanish countries away from that, because I speak Spanish as well. So if I didn't speak the language, that's what I'm understanding. If I didn't speak the language, where would I go? I think I would probably go to somewhere Asia, like China or Japan, because I find those countries fascinating. And I think the populations are big enough that for what I do as work, I could find work to do if I learnt the languages. How do you get a French girl? How did I get a French girl? I spoke French. I spoke English. No, I spoke English with this voice. This is true. The first time we met, I spoke English. They're the same as any other girls. They're just better looking, more intelligent, and sexier. So you just gotta. She's like, nah, she doesn't agree. What, you don't agree with me giving you compliments?
You said that because I'm here.
No, it's true, I say that all the time. I don't have any tips for you. She came to me. Hi Paul, I'm a big fan because I relate so much to your struggles living here. Was it easy or difficult for you to make friends? Did knowing French help at all? Great question. Yes, French did help. If you want to make friends in France, and you live, where did you say you lived in? You're from the US and you live in Strasbourg. Yeah, you need to learn a language basically to get in with the French, just like you need to learn English to be in if you move to England. Otherwise you end up tending to get friends from expat communities, which is always great, but also it doesn't help you learn the language. So yeah, learning a language and just showing that you're making an effort helps as well. And working in the country with people from that country helps to have a friend group from the country as well. The timer has gone off. But YouTube, I like you guys so much that I'm going to keep drinking. I'm going to finish the beer and then I'm going to finish with the YouTubes. Because you guys ultimately are my favourite people. Have you got any tips for people studying French at GCSE? Oh, that's a tough one. French at GCSE. What tips? I would say watch French content on YouTube. Go and see all the French people, the French YouTubers, because what age are you when you do GCSEs? You're 16, so you'll probably quite enjoy a lot of the YouTube stuff. Go on YouTube, find the really famous French ones, because they, I think, will have subtitles in English, because they've got a team around them. Let me find like Cyprien, for example. Let me see. He's somebody that apparently looks like me. Everyone confuses me with him. The camera's not, it's too close to focus. But everyone always says, you look like Cyprien. Yeah, shut up. Let me see if the videos have got subtitles. That's an advert. No, it's not. That's the whole video. It's the adverts, right? Captions. French. No, they don't have. They've only got auto-generated stuff. I don't know. What you need to do is find videos online which have got subtitles, and then just watch that and watch the news. The news is always boring though. There's a French TV show called Quotidien, but I don't think that would work in England. I don't know. You just got to watch content. I would say watch content. And I mean, if you're doing GCSEs, the difficulty is you want to pass an exam, and passing an exam doesn't equal speaking the language well. So it's kind of a weird thing. Like, you want to make sure that you do well in your exam, but if you're really interested in learning French, same answer as before. Watch content in French, films, TV shows, YouTube channels, all that kind of stuff. It's going to help. All right. How am I doing with the beer? I don't even know how long this has been recording for. 27 minutes. Okay. I'm going to do 3 more minutes then. I've lost the questions. Here they are. Do you speak to Louise, baby Louise, in English so she'll be bilingual? Is your cat bilingual too? My cat is deaf, so he doesn't understand any language. Poor little thing. Look at him, he's so cute. Oh. Wait. There he is. Boing, boing. Yeah. Fatty. So the cat is kind of bilingual. Louise, yes, I speak to her in English, but me and my wife, we speak French together, so hopefully she'll be bilingual. I'll give you an update as soon as she starts talking, because right now she's just crying. Who is Jean-Pierre? I've answered that one before. Next question. What was your favourite class in school? Physics. I really liked physics. I liked my physics teacher. He was cool, and I just liked physics until it got too complicated. How did you enjoy your time in Quebec? Fucking loved Quebec. It's my favourite place on the planet. Is Bruno Mars gay? I mean, let me read the question as it was written. Does Bruno Mars is gay? Does English speaking you? Oh God, that was funny. I don't know. What a random question. I love it though. Will you be making more French culture related comedy, do you think? I think the linguistic element adds something new to comedy, and I love it. Yeah, I'm still doing comedy about languages, about culture. So yeah, is the answer to that. Next question. Would you consider learning a third language and making a trilingual stand-up? Sky's the limit, right? I do speak a third language, which is Spanish, and I have thought about doing a trilingual thing, but it's too complicated. I wouldn't have an audience, but I might do a Spanish show at some stage. Do you have a penis inside of you? Happiness inside of you? My wife hates that joke. Because she doesn't think that happiness, when she says it sounds like happiness, which sounds like a penis, she's like, no. I do have a penis inside of me, but I'm not Bruno Mars gay. How bad is your eyesight without glasses? Without glasses, I can still see what I'm doing, but it's, I mean, I need glasses. I think my eyesight's at like -2, -1.75 or something. One final question. I'm going to choose it from Facebook, since I haven't talked about Facebook, people. Giuseppe says, great in terms of the Q&A. Just keep it 1 hour long since I will be driving to fucking work exactly from 7 till 8. Come on, Paul, like Raul, or Paul like Paul. This video won't be an hour long, but it's close. It'll be like half an hour long. Thanks, Giuseppe, for the comment and all your questions on the different social medias. The beer's done, people. That's it, I'm finished. I don't know how to close this out apart from saying thank you. Thanks for the support. Thanks for being 100,000 subscribers. Look, there's my wife.
No.
Thanks for being 100,000 people on the channel. You're now at like 170,000. So yeah, it's cool. I'm going to keep trying to make you laugh, keep trying to do vlogs, and come and see the stand-up show when you can. The tickets are below, everything's below, and I'll see you in the next vlog, which is all about the Montreux Comedy Festival. I'm doing 2 vlogs about Montreux, the comedy festival. I was there last weekend, and Florian, the guy who's helping me edit, is just editing those videos now. It's going to be fun. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks. Bisous. Bye.